Hello, you guys. I just randomly came on. Like, I didn't even do the countdown or nothing. What's going on tonight? I'm going to let y'all start getting the notifications, child. If y'all get them. Oh, I'm sitting here I was looking at some dresses. Like I love sundresses. I'm going to wait for y'all to start getting the notifications and start coming in. Like I said, it was random. Well, look at these sundresses. I got to take me a vacation, and that's a must. Let's see. I'm starting to see people come in. I see 901JB. I see Pooh Black. I see Michelle. How is everybody doing tonight? Like I said, oh yeah, for sure. For sure. That was my first time seeing you live. Maybe I've seen you live before, maybe for a second time. So when I saw that, I was like, let me go stop in. Um, I see Miss Teresa. I see Miss Diane. But you was talking some real stuff about the kids. I like that. You know, um, I don't like, when people stoop low as it relates to children. And I don't like when people try to use kids either. You know, oh, I can't stand that. I That's a low down person. I can't stand to see nobody dragging no kids at all. The kids don't have anything to do with anything. I don't care how I can't stand a person. I would never drag their children. I mean, that would be low of me to do something like that. But you have people that do that and they think it's cute. Yeah, kids and old folks are off, because you have folks talking about people's mamas and daddies. To me, that's low. That's the bottom of the barrel stuff. I don't talk about folks' mamas. Okay? And the only time I've ever gone at somebody's mama was when my girls might have been into it with somebody. Okay? And their mama, I remember one time, my oldest daughter, she was in the second grade. She was in the second grade. And I remember she had came to me and she was like, Mama, I'm sick. I can't go to school. I said, okay. And like when she came to me the next day, the next day after that, she was like, I'm sick. I can't go to school. I knew something was wrong because that my girls love school. They weren't like me. I didn't. I cut a class in a minute. When I got into high school, all I did was cut class. Okay. If I didn't want to go to a class, I left. I left walking home. Okay. And so I heard one day her little friend in the second grade. The phone rang and I heard her explain. I said, "What's going on?" Because a second grader is 7 years old. And she said, "I told her mama that I didn't lose her money. Don't y'all know that the little girl's mother was called my daughter, had my 7-year-old scared. She didn't even tell me to come to school because she said my daughter told her to hold her $10 and she lost it. She need to pay her $10. Ooh, child. Ooh, wee. Ooh, ooh, my God. Y'all already know when it went down on the phone. Okay, y'all know we had those cordless phones. It went down. The idea that an old crusty person, first of all, would even be bullying a child, but excuse my French, but a bitch thought she was gonna bully my 7-year-old child. Woo, child. Woo. My baby was playing sick for 2 days because this lady was coming up to the school. Didn't tell me, was hiding it. I said, ooh, y'all, if I ain't cuss that woman out, I call her everything. Ooh, ooh, y'all know I went ape shit crazy on her. So my 7-year-old baby, woo, had her scared to go to school. Shoot, child, I talked to that lady so bad. I never forget. I was the human resource manager for I was working for the county. I was a human resource manager, and um my that same daughter was in high school, and she had a best friend. Okay, and we love the girl. She came and spent. I always say, because she kind of moved in with us. I always said she came to a slumber party in the seventh grade, and she never went home. And her mother was always very comfortable with that because she had so many kids, and I just kind of helped to raise her. She always told me she felt comfortable with staying with me, so I never tried to make her go home. She would go to school from there. I bought her school clothes. I guess her mother thought she was playing with me, but I really did love the child. She did. She just fell right in line with my other girls, right? She was my oldest daughter, best friend. I'll never forget, I was sitting in my office at work, and my daughter called me, that same daughter. She said, this is my mama right here. I'll call her back in a few. She said, Mom, I won't say her name. Her mama called me the B word. I said, she called you a bitch. Why? Because me and her, best friends argue all the time. And her mama with her crackhead ass got involved in the, first of all, the bitch had gotten fired from working in the jail for dating inmates. Okay. I just have to go and put that out there. Trifling heifer. And so and that was before yeah. And so that was before, before I had, so anyways, child, she came up pregnant. The folks trying to figure out how that happened. Okay, if the daddy was in jail, ain't that something? The daddy in jail, and she come up pregnant while he in jail. But that's another story, child. And so, anyways, I called her because I wanted to see what was going on. I done raised your child since the seventh grade, and you call mine a B. These girls arguing stuff all the time. What's going on? I sure in the F did call her a B. Because they was arguing. I said, wait a minute. You wrong for calling my daughter a B. Her and your daughter, they best friends. They've been best friends since they were in junior high school. They arguing stuff all the time. Oh, she cut up. Oh, if I didn't, I had her crying. Because I cussed her out so bad. Bitch, I didn't raise your baby, bitch, because you couldn't. You down there having babies with inmates and shit. The reason why you ain't got no job. Y'all know I drug her. Y'all know I drug her. She was sniffing when she got off that phone. I'm coming to your house. I said, you come to my house if you want to. I fear for my life. So you already know I'm going to drop you when you get here. Okay? Anyways, y'all, I tell you. Yeah, she knew I had a big heart. I bought her school clothes. She made sure she spent the whole summer with me. She would drop her off. She would spend the whole summer, and I would be looking at her sometimes, and I knew she would start missing her sisters and brothers and stuff because she had a lot of them because she got pregnant 2 times while she was working at jail. And the dad was in jail. Don't get me started because I get mad now. Yeah, because y'all know I threw that up in her face and made her ass cry. Okay. She got pregnant 2 times and then they fired her ass because they saying you getting pregnant. You done got pregnant with 2 kids and the damn dad is down there in one in ass sag and one up on the damn 4th floor. How in the hell you getting pregnant? And they ain't never been out of jail. Okay. They fired her ass. Okay. Because we all know there's something weird about that. You ended up pregnant and the baby daddies was in jail when you got pregnant. Okay. And so, but I threw that up in her face. I talked about her so bad. I done raise your child, help you to raise that. Would stay the whole summer with us. And I think she would tell her to stay the summer. So, because she knew that when I went and bought my girls some school clothes, she was going to get school clothes. I did that. When that child came to me. She would wear all my kids' clothes. I ain't had no issues with that. She didn't have no underwear. I would go and just buy her. I always treated her like she was my own child. Okay. But when she got old, when they got in the 12th grade and stuff, and I was hurt when I found out my daughter. Yeah, I was hurt. My daughter said to me, I thought my daughter started smoking weed when she went to college. When my baby told me about a few months ago, she said, Mom, I started smoking weed in the 12th grade. I hollered and cried. I said, I thought it was just her because I sent her home because she came home smelling like weed. I said, oh my God, I can't. I got to send you back to your mama. Y'all, that hurt me. The idea that my child would try weed in the 12th grade. Okay. And I thought she went away to college. And y'all know I told y'all about how I did the African. I did him just in a kind of way. And he deserved it. I don't feel bad. Okay. I don't feel bad for how I did that African, but they in hiding or something. Okay. Because I called the folks on him. Immigration. Because I wasn't playing with him. Okay. And I think about some of that stuff and I go, dog, was I just too protective of my children? I think I was. I was just too protective. And I think that's why they're so independent now. Like sometimes it hurts me because they're so independent. And I be like, my youngest daughter works so hard. And I always tell her, I want her to actually come and work for me. She don't want to, you know. And she asked to borrow some money probably like a month or so ago, and I was so excited when she asked me. I was like, oh my God, my bad. Yeah, I hurry up and send it to her because they are so independent. Like they don't ever need anything. My daughter asked me the other day, I guess, I've been keeping the baby. I ain't never, for $15 a week. I ain't never got my $15. Child, I ain't never known nobody to pay $15 a week. But she said I only keep her for a couple hours, on for a few days, and so she just decided like maybe last week, she's like, Mom, how much your nails cost? Your nails and toes cost every 2 weeks. I said $97. Okay, Mom, check your cash app. She sent me $100. So I guess that's all of the $15 and stuff that I've been keeping the baby since December. Child, I guess she took all the $15 and adding them up, and that's I guess that's my payment for keeping the baby. Child. $15 a week. I ain't never known. Mm. But anyways, right, my daughter have her own business. Have her own business, but my sons, that's another story. My girls are so independent, child. They are so independent. And I remember like when I went through the empty nester syndrome, I was crying. I was like, everything I did, everything, I got all of this for y'all. They said, Mom, we don't want to live with you. Let us be grown. I was hurt. I was hurt. So I guess my grandbaby, I can't wait to fix her room up, child. And put some, because I like right now I do like a lot of Minnie Mouse for her, and I still hope that she loves Minnie Mouse as she get older. But yeah, my girls are so independent. They are. Now me on the other hand, I was always I was always real spoiled. I mean, I would go out, I could go out, I would go out and get anything I wanted now, but I was always real spoiled. Yeah, Michelle, that 15 added up. I'm telling you, I guess it'll be another few months before she might randomly, But I got to thinking about maybe she might be getting some income tax or something. I don't know. Or she probably maybe done got it. It's a blessing to be able to have parents that will help their grown child out. Yeah, it is. It is definitely. My dad was very instrumental and very helpful. And you know, um my dad said he had like an epiphany because like our whole life, like we always just saw our dad just out in the community. He ran for, my dad was he was a politician. So we always saw him out in the community. He would be running for office, and he would be in different organizations and um stuff like that. And so my dad was like, he had an epiphany, and he was like, "Dog, I got all these girls because he's got all girls, and I'm out here in the community, and I've been helping my community for about 30 years, and I got my girls, and I have not taught them what I know." He said he just had like an epiphany, and for the most part, my sisters were not interested in politics. But I think I just fell right in line. I don't know. I think he wanted to try to teach us all. But I think for me, I probably got more of his because my sisters are very quiet. They mostly married to ministers, right? They're very passive and quiet. Me, I'm very emotional and fanatical. And I remember when, my dad was like, I'm gonna be retiring. And I was telling him, I can't. I was like, Dad, I think I want to do a TV show. He was like, oh, okay. And so there was some issues with the production company. And he said, I'm going to be retiring really soon in a few years. He said, how about this? He said, I'm looking to start investing in some stuff. He said, have you thought about starting your own production company, doing your own network or whatever on Comcast? I said, no, I never thought about it. He said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to give you a task. I'm going to give you a project. He said, if you can figure out everything that you need to do to buy all the time on the channel, to start the production company, everything that you need, he said, your task is to find out the business part of it, and I'll finance the whole thing. I buy all the time, I buy all of the equipment. And it was hard, I promise you. And he did it because what ended up happening was God ended up giving me favor with the director over the Comcast division, and it was so hard. But he ended up telling me everything. Like, he was mad at some people, okay, and he just ended up, it just kind of fell in my lap, like I said. And I didn't know what I was doing. I did not. We just kind of learned as we went along. And so my dad just kind of, we had politicians. My show was very interesting as far as in the community, because my dad would be calling people, come and be on my daughter's show. He was calling all the officials in the city, and they was coming through, and people wanted to see that. They wanted to hear what they had to say. I was like, wow, like when something is for you, well, I know for me, it kind of falls in your lap. I really appreciate my dad for that. And for a long time, we were business partners. So I just kind of leaned on him for everything. And I remember after about 4 years of doing business together, he said, you know what? I'm ready to start working on my museum. He said, so what I'm gonna do is, we've been business partners in several things for a while. He said, especially with this TV stuff. He said, so I'm gonna pull out, and you can have all the interest in it. You take over. I cried for days. I called my mama and I was crying. I was like, my dad is saying that he does not want to be in this business anymore. He's ready to move on. He's made enough money, and he wants me to have 100% of the business. And I was really crying. I was like, I was sad. I was really mad at my dad. And I was like, because he was my crutch. And I ended up doing just fine because, I didn't worry about the bills or anything like that. He made sure he just went and did everything. I learned how to do all of that and continue to carry on. It was really lonely a long time, without him, because We just did the darn thing. But then we ended up getting into the museum part of it. Museum, a museum. And of course, my dad has been sick, and I think that comes from, working as soon as he gives up politics and he retires and things of that nature and get into the fun part of enjoying the fruits of his labor, because he went from nothing to everything. I'm telling you, that man built he built something, an empire, okay? And the idea that he got sick because of all of those years of working and stuff, and it really hurts me to see him, sick and stuff, and not at this point, but he will get to that point to finish what we started, because we was in the process of opening up our museum. He had bought a building downtown Memphis, and it was a women's museum, had renovated 90% of it. And so, when I was talking to him, because he had a stroke, and when I was talking to him at first, his speech and stuff was extremely slurred, but his speech and stuff is getting better. And I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, Dad, we're really, we're waiting on you to finish this museum, for you to come back so we can go ahead and open our museum. And he said, you finish it. And that hurt me. I really, I went into the restroom and I just started boohooing and crying. I was like, oh my God, that really hurt me, because I can't imagine ever finishing anything without my dad. But at the same time, like my mom was saying, that's a good thing, because his speech is getting right again. Mike, where is it? Because it's me and my sisters. He had it set up where the museum is me and it's all of ours together. He was like, that he always said, this is y'all's museum. That's the way he set the paperwork up. He was like, I did this for you all. I bought the building. Is when I go off the scene, it's y'all's. So, but I can't imagine ever finishing nothing without him ever. Um, Thank you, Daryl Brown. Thank you, Yo Turbe. Yes, he was a real one. He did a lot for the community. I think about every year for for Thanksgiving, my dad would there's this really good soul food restaurant in Memphis called Girlies. And Girlies is closed on Sundays. But my dad would pay them and all of their employees to come in on a Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Okay. He would pay them a lot of money to open up and feed the whole city of Memphis. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people miss that. I was like, maybe at some point I may start that back up again, through our organization. I don't know. I have to I'm waiting for my dad though to have 100% recovery so that he could lead it, continuously. I was the one that barked all the time, and it's so funny because I would be on there, I'd be fussing. We had a radio show, and I would be fussing, and people loved it. They would always ask my dad to come and speak, and they would say, "Can't you bring your oldest daughter?" My dad said, "It's just amazing how people like craziness." I'm talking about pastors. They were, can't you get your daughter to come? Like my sisters are, and my sisters speak extremely well. They are first ladies and stuff. Um, Very mild mannered. And I have a sister that is next to me that speaks so good. She do. She speaks better than me. I think with me, I think people just like more of my personality because I go in. Okay, but she's so mild and she speaks very well, and she's been a first lady for 20 years and almost, and I'm always like, she speaks better than me, but it's funny how people like, crazy personalities, I guess. When I get passionate and I go in, they'll say they don't like it, but they like it. TK, yes, I miss my dad days. I love my dad so much. I love him. I love him more and more every second of the day. I think about this time last year, my dad and I was talking every single day because we were, working on the museum. We was excited, about the African American Women's Museum that we was doing. Um, you know, so we had connected with some people, some more funders and stuff. And so I was telling my sisters, because he said that it's surprising. Like I said, it's a good thing his speech and stuff is getting better. But I don't know. It, that's something we'll think about later on. But right now, the most important thing is for him to be 100% again. Hey, Russell Douglas. Lucia says, I miss my sister so much. The 26 makes 6 months. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. 6 months, that's still early. I'm sorry to hear about your sister. Hey, Russell. Salute him. Hey, Demo Publican. Yep, I love my dad. I love my dad. My dad was strong. See, my dad had always told me, even when I got on TV, he said, I don't care what happens. He said, you find a cause that's worthy and righteous, and you stand on that. You always be righteous. He said, I don't ever, with all these politicians coming through this office, don't you ever flip-flop or waver for money. That's why I don't let people, I don't waver. If I know something, I don't lean a little bit to the left, I just always stay right. I stay upright and righteous. I don't let people bully me. These folks out here violated me. They flat out violated me. They hacked my computer. They hacked my phone. They going to jail for that. They did some more stuff. They did some more stuff to my mother. All they had to do was ask me. Okay, but see, they be wanting to know who your kids are because they work with these record labels because they want. I guess they feel like they're gonna be good with some of these record labels if they try to do something to you. I believe one of them. I'll never forget. It's still in my head. I believe one of them bloggers from Dallas came to because he's obsessive anyways to my house. I'll never forget. I saw a car sitting out in front of my house. The front tag had Dallas on it. I just couldn't see in it. Okay, and it could have been it was on the other side of the road. But now that I see the debts, and it ain't just the ones in Dallas, it's one in Atlanta too. Okay, that has violated me, and there are just consequences to violating folks. Okay, it's consequences for them and their minions. Because I can't let it go. I can't let it go. Teresa says, even though my parents are gone, I still talk to them every day. Yeah, it's good to have memories. Like I was very, very close to my grandmother. I was very close to my grandmother. And my grandmother and I had similar personalities too. She was full of fire. Okay. She was full of fire. My dad was a strategist. He was more strategic. My grandmother was full of fire. I think she was more emotional, but she was full of fire. But I miss her all the time too. I do. I miss her. I do. I miss her so much. The Bilderberg is always trying to bribe people with money to try to get them to sell their souls and use them like puppets. They're not gonna and new not and let me not X out their hackers too. They're hackers too. Hey, Gerald McCall. Yep. It's open discussion tonight though. Yeah, I've been so intrigued on that SWV Escape show. I have been so freaking intrigued. Yes, I have. Hold on, you guys. Gerald says 1017 is a mess. Is that Gucci Mane? 1017 is Gucci Mane, right? Have you watched Funky Dineva's review of the show? Yes, you know what? I didn't finish looking at it, but I remember he was saying Rocky is the problem. But you know what, Lucia? It's not hard to determine that Rocky is the problem. He always wanted Latasha to be solo. She act like she want to be with Escape, and as soon as they start, getting shows and getting out there, she pulled that solo stuff instead of investing her time in the group. You know, she don't even give them the opportunity. It would be one thing if she was working on a solo deal and it did not interfere with the group, but she be ready to lead a group. I mean, I don't mean no harm, but I mean, her little gospel song cool, but I don't think it's gonna do the numbers that Escape does. Hey, military Mike Myers. I hope it ain't no hackers in here tonight, cause we ain't, y'all already in enough trouble. Don't let these folks send y'all out to hack. I'm telling you, hackers, y'all already in enough trouble. These folks with these other channels and stuff. Yahoo. I was getting ready to ask y'all who runs another channel, but I already know who run it. I ain't gonna worry about it. I was gonna throw that out there to let them know I know you've been hacking, but I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say the name. Lucia says Rocky is a real problem. Didn't he get another woman pregnant? They said Latasha has been denying that, but I believe that woman. I do. Don't y'all come in here with no hacking tonight. Go on back over there to the channels. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't. Okay. But I think everybody should start looking at you watch snow. I haven't seen Snowfall. Teresa Kane says, Miss T, I think one of those hackers from Dallas comes to Austin for SWSW. Do you want me to knock him out? Yeah. The Feds gonna knock him out. These hackers been helping these folks to get information to steal identities, but quite a few of them, they help them to get information to dox people, and they get paid to do it. They don't really care that some of these people are pedophiles and things of that nature. That and they're getting these folk hacking into these folks' computers and their phones, trying to download pictures and shit of their family members. They don't know what else that they're gonna be looking at when a lot of these people that's got them doing it are pedophiles. Okay, can you imagine that? I know one of them is a pedophile, and I got issues with that. I feel like he, wanted pictures of my little grandbaby, and he gonna deal with that. I don't know what they on, but I'm on something completely different. Okay, I know one of they hackers in New York. He was in here the other night because somebody told me that he was in here. Snoozy Cake says Franklin did Teddy's daddy wrong, but he told Teddy to get his money back to him. I can't get into any of the drug dealing shows, Snowfall. Me neither. I haven't even, a lot of people love Power. Don't y'all know? I've never looked at Power. I've never looked at Power. I didn't look at the other show when it came on. With Boo Boo Kitty and them. I forgot the name of the show. What was the name of that show, y'all? With Taraji P. Henson in it. I can't think of it. I don't think it's on no more. It's right on the tip of my tongue. God, I cannot think of it. El Shaddai got something for those hackers and scammers. Mm-hmm. El Shaddai and the FBI. Yeah, it was Empire. That was the name of it, Empire. Lucille says, I watched BMF, but I've never watched Power. I've never really looked at Empire. My kids love Empire. I didn't look at Empire. My kids love Empire. Well, I looked at it a couple, maybe a time or two, because my kids love it. I've never looked at Power. I'm more of a crime person. I love crime. I love crime. And when I say that, I mean I crime, channels and stuff. I love looking at that. Snoozy Cake says you gotta watch Power and Snowfall T, like they have you on edge and get you all emotional. Okay. Like the y'all, do the soap opera still come on? I remember um when I was younger and when I was in high school. I have not looked at a soap opera since I was in high school. Do they still come on soap operas? Because I used to look at Young and the Restless. I used to love the Days of Our Lives. I would go from watching one channel to the next. When I got tired of one channel, I would start looking at, channel 13, General Hospital. Yeah, I love the first 48. I was up there. I was up there working in felony response when the first 48, when they first came to Memphis, they sent their recording crew. Um, and they would just be up there randomly recording, right? And their crew used to always sit up in the front office with me. It was this Asian guy, and I think it was black, but the Asian guy, he would always sit up there with me all the time. They would have on their gear and stuff. And for the most part, people wouldn't believe it. Like, because felony response didn't jump off that much. And so for the most part, they would be sitting up there until something happened. Because back then we weren't really having a whole lot of crime. So they would be sitting up there in the office with me, getting on my nerve, talking with that New York accent. Pretty Brown says, I love all my shit. Yeah, I never looked at Guiding Light though. Like my aunties and stuff love Guiding Light because Guiding Light came on after The Young and the Restless. I would look at The Young and the Restless, but Days of Our Lives was my favorite soap opera. I wonder, do it still come on? I don't ever see nobody talking about the stories anymore. I don't never hear anybody talking about the stories. I thought they were all gone off of the air. Young and the Restless might still come on. Is Victor dead in real life yet? Y'all know Victor was old back then, but I had a crush on him. He was old and handsome. He had those dark features, but he might be dead. He started getting them facelifts. Okay, and but his neck and stuff would start, real. They can get the facelift, but they can't do nothing with the neck. The neck was real wrinkled up. So that's how you knew he was old as Methuselah. Pretty Brown says, you would like the reality show Accused, not the series they have out, but the actual real court cases. Oh, okay. Yes, I would. Sure would. All my children, those soaps get you too caught up. Yes, they do. They get you too caught up. He said my mother and my late mother used to watch those. My mother and her late mother used. I'm telling you, they love the stories. They call them the stories. Victor Newman is still living. Oh my God, he must be 90. Is he still on Young and the Restless? That he ain't died out of there. Victor is, if he's still on Young and the Restless, I know something. Yeah, As the World Turns, I never looked at them. Jack ass old too. Jack is still on the Young and the Restless. Woo, child. Is Nikki still on Young and the Restless? Because Victor would come back to Nikki and then he would leave her again. I remember when she was married to Jack and she decided she didn't want Jack no more. She wanted to go back to Victor. He's 81 in real life. Oh my God. I guess he gonna die off of the show like that other lady did. She died off of the show. Hell, she was still, she was. I forgot how old she was. She was in her late 80s, and she was still recording and stuff, and died. I used to look at Highway to Heaven. I liked Highway to Heaven too. I used to like Little House on the Prairie. They were reruns, but I used to like Little House on the Prairie. What else shows did I like? What else did I? Oh, I used to. I still do that though. I still look at on Prime. Good Times. I love looking at the ones when James was on there. That was funnier. I like looking at Sanford and Son, but I love Good Times too. I don't know why they don't make shows like that no more. They don't like to show shows like the Huxtables where the mom and the dad is successful and have careers and they're funny and they live, healthy, normal lives. They don't want black people to see that. They don't want us to be depicted as that because they want, the young ladies to see ratchetness because that's what sells. They exploit the black people. So yeah, Bold and the Beautiful. That it was probably Bold and it was the Bold and the Beautiful that came on after. I used to love Amen too. That was funny on Amen. I promise you, I loved Amen. I love Amen. I love the intro music. I like 227 too. Thelma was so on Amen. Thelma was so goofy. I'm telling you, James and them could have been out the ghetto. Florida want to play. holier than thou. Ain't nowhere in the world I'd have made my husband take no money back. Hell, the bank had insurance on that money. We'd have been moving out of the ghetto. Okay. We'd have been moving out of the ghetto. I'd have been praising them, cooking them steaks and stuff every day. Lord, baby, I sure am glad that you found that money to take us out the ghetto. Instead, she talking about God ain't pleased. Take the money back, and they barely eating. And then the little money that James kept, didn't she make him give the money to the preacher? Ain't that something? What kind of sense did that make? He didn't take it back, but give it to the preacher. The money that James didn't steal, the money, God fixed it where he could find it. I didn't like that. I said that Florida was just too crazy. Shoot. I would have been cooking them big breakfasts every morning. So, baby, you sure did a good job in finding that money. She always talking about how the meat was going up at the damn supermarket. Mama's Family is still one of my favorites. I loved it when Eunice was on there. I remember when I was in junior high school, I had this friend named Renard, and he me and him, I used to make him sit up at night because Mama's Family came on at like 10 o'clock. I used to make him sit up and watch Mama's Family with me. Oh my God, it would be so funny when Eunice was on there. I think I'm looking at Mama's Family tonight, child. I think I'm looking at Mama's Family. You sure? Yeah, somebody did throw a doll baby in the. I'm telling you. Yeah, Eunice was a fool. I'm telling you, Eunice would have me cracking up so hard. Oh my God. It was the funniest when Eunice was on there. Stephen, they both come on today, and I watch at least an episode a day while at work when Miss T ain't on live. I love those episodes. That's when TV was really good. You could have fun. It wasn't all like sickening, because what they show now is sickening. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, these folks be getting mad at you for cussing and stuff like that. I I can't even go on Instagram without seeing a naked body, and they letting stuff like that. These women walking around with nothing on, pure D booty and stuff out, and they let them do it. But they'll take somebody else's page down because of something else that's insignificant. That's just crazy. It's gonna turn into a porn show on Instagram and on Facebook. I don't even be on Facebook. I still love Mama's Family to this day. Yeah, New York Undercover is cool. Yeah, TV shows now so trashy. And y'all know what's so sad about it is that a lot of people now, oh, I love Three's Company, but you know what? Mr. Furley and Mr. Roper was funny. When I was growing up, I liked looking at Mr. Furley because he was so stupid. But Mr. Furley and Mr. Roper was funny. I used to love it. Chrissy was too silly. She was too, but I used to love it when Cindy was on there. Chrissy's cousin Cindy. I mean, Cindy was real goofy. Yeah, I used to like to look at Jenny Jones, and then after she got sued, her show just turned into it became too boring. I used to love Ricky Lake. When I stayed out of school, when I played sick and then go to school, I used to love to be at home to look at Ricky Lake. Child, that's when they really started depicting black people as a bunch of damn fools. Jerry Springer turned us out, didn't he? Jerry Springer turned our community out, didn't it? Because they would be on their ass and titties out fighting. But they said that, Jerry Springer paid those people to come on there. They put them on those little thin clothes and stuff. Real deal, Lee. Clarinetta says they don't want to promote family oriented shows. Not in the black community, they don't. Oh, you met Montel Wood. How did he act? Like, was he down to earth? It's a lot of people went on Jerry Springer. They say he paid $200. He set you up in a nice hotel, and they had like speakers in their ear to tell them when to start fighting and all that. So all of it was staged, child. Lord have mercy. He was nice and had a big head. Judge Hatchett was so nice with a big head too. Hey, Demon. I used to love Judge Larry Joe. He was funny to me. Al Bundy was cool. I like that show too. It was cool. Love and Marriage. I like Love and Marriage. After Love and, it was hard for me to see Al Bundy in any serious roles after that. TV 21, that was the show Family. Kamala Harris' old boyfriend Montel. Kamala Harris used to go with Montel. You said you saw Montel Williams or Montel Jordan. Yeah, I used to love I Love Lucy and Living Single. I love Lucy. I love Lucy. She always telling stories and stuff and got her in trouble with Ricky. Montel Williams is a short man. I never would have believed that. Yeah, I love Edith Bunker too. I love the Jeffersons. I love looking at the Jeffersons. Martin was so funny to me. I love Martin's show. All of those shows back then was so freaking funny. Now, do they ever put? You know what? It wouldn't even be good to put like a Boys in the Hood in the movie no more because these folks gone crazy shooting and acting a darn fool. They need some God in their life. Lucia, he was the show. He was always on his wife case about food, and then dog was silly. You guys, make sure you hit the like button. I'm trying to see how many likes we got. Hold on, y'all. These hackers messing with my stream. I saw about 3 of them in here when I first came on. Just because I don't say nothing don't mean I don't know. Real deal Lee tickling me. Lucia says, I remember seeing Boys in the Hood at the movies when I was like 4 or 5. The Jefferson was a trip. George stayed on Tom, and he stayed on Florence too. Well, Florence stayed on George. Florence was the one that ran the house. Florence ran George and Louise. Mm-hmm. I grew up about 3 miles from where Boys in the Hood was shot. Oh wow. Hmm. I like Boys in the Hood because it's still, showing a strong black father who was trying to keep his son out of he was trying to keep his son out of trouble. Oh. Hey, rest in peace, young dog. Nutty Professor, it was okay. For some reason, I never and had to make. Why you have to make a new account? They still hacking. That movie couldn't have been any clearer of what was going on and what it was like to live in the community. Oh wow, so that was really happening around South Central. Wow. Oh my. What about Minister? What was Minister Society filmed at? Where did they film Minister Society at? I know Remy, she had started being quiet, child. I guess she had to let y'all know because normally she barked the whole time, but y'all know Remy something else got to be. And you saw Key Glock thing he posted on his YouTube with some of the pre-artists. Yes, I saw that. Let me pull that. I said I was going to do a video on it. Hold on. These hackers over here messing with my numbers. Let me see. Key Glock. Here it is. Who is that? He says his name Bill. Is that Bill? Is that Bill Gates? Is that Bill Gates? He said his name Bill.
Outdo the last thing I did. I'm ready to drop the bomb. A lot. Some songs that is on the tape is from like 2 years ago. Some songs on there I did 2 weeks ago. I might as well just give them a fresh tape right before I go on tour. Band play can play whatever kind of beat for me. That's just the chemistry we got. Like when we come together, it's like it can't be stopped.
It don't never feel like a regular studio session. You know what I'm saying? Just feel like you just vibing, kicking, and good music come at the end.
He allowed me to let me have fun with my production.
We just having fun doing what we love to do. Impeccable, ferocious, and unique.
Like fire, it's gonna be a repeat. Legendary. It's on fire. It's gonna be on repeat, and it's legendary tape.
Is it fair to say Glock my favorite rapper?
How it was picked out as far as how the track list is like that. I feel like it's gonna ride and it's gonna catch everybody's ear.
It's the good thing about it. Like we ain't looking at it like there's no pressure on us. Like we just having fun doing what we love to do.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, Prince Key Glock, cause Dolph the King.
Let me check him out. What you got? Tell them ain't no stickers on it. You gotta get cut though. Oh, he got don't play with him. No, you gotta get nothing regular, nigga. Hear me? You gotta get nothing regular right here. Hear me, good. Now all you gotta do is get jumped in. All you gotta do is get jumped in there.
I love it. My uncle is a legend in Compton. His name is Vincent Owens. King of New York. Yeah, we are pre. New Jack City is based on brothers from Arkansas. They have family. Really? I didn't know New Jack City was based on brothers from Arkansas. Woo, child. Yeah, I never knew that either, Lucille. Lucille, I never knew. Yeah, I never knew that either. Yeah, I used to love that documentary, documentary Banging in Little Rock. Have y'all ever seen that? Then it went back years later. It went back 10 years later when they all became adults, a lot of them, and some of them had died and everything. President Bush lived in Compton. I wish he had went and stayed up under a rock and never. Oh Lord. Yeah, Banging in Little Rock. I love that Banging in Little Rock. I remember in the early 90s when it came on, it was a HBO special, Banging in Little Rock. Yeah, that was a good documentary. Then they went back 10 years later. It was called Still Banging in Little Rock. And some of them had been killed and shot and on drugs and stuff like that. It was just sad. My family is well known in Compton. Some are gang members and the others are Compton sheriff's officers. Oh wow, they knew the guy. What's his name? I forgot. Reggie Wright. Is it Reggie Wright? I saw that doc. Little homie had half his shoulder missing from an AK. Yes, sure did. You know what? I did. I saw some of it where Chris. You could tell that Chris, but he. I guess he should be. You could tell that Chris is angry, still angry about what Will Smith did. But hey, he held it in all this time. He put it in a special. That was a good thing to do. Sell it. My dad was a cop. Yeah, Reggie grew up with my dad. Okay. Oh, Nuta, you said she know Reggie Wright. Lucia said she loved California. What did y'all think about that Chris Rock special? Because see, a lot of people, even though people like Chris Rock, they still like Will Smith better. Everybody knows the rights. Were they crooked like people say? Everybody Hates Chris. My mom used to love that show. Everybody Hates Chris. Nuta, you said that they were crooked. They were cool with the gangsters. Oh. Banging in Little Rock was a show to teach me to mind my own business in South Memphis. Memphis has always had gangs though, but I think it's just it just started really getting out of control. And it's definitely out of control. And I think the reason why it's out of control, but it's not just like that in Memphis, it's like that everywhere. The reason it's so out of control is because people are on fentanyl and on all kinds of drugs. They don't really have any stop. You know, it's just desperate. I mean, they stoned out all the time. Said Californians a great state, but dangerous too. Oh wow. Y'all know what? I had always wanted to go to San Francisco to ride the trolley. What is it called? The San Francisco. Because I used to like to look at that Rice-A-Roni commercial. Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. I used to love those commercials. Um, what was it? The trolley? I always wanted to, but they say San Francisco so dangerous, it don't make no sense. The crime is so bad. How far is San Francisco from LA? Paper route compilation tape on the way. Rest in peace, Young Dog says paper route compilation tape on the way. Long live Dolph Kenny tape on the way. Bands dropped this month. Dolphin Glock tape and Shatana tape. Pre-finna lock the streets down even more. I mean, I'm telling you, they already on fire. They is on fire. Christ can break it. Yes, Christ can break a drug habit. They gotta have a will too. They gotta want to not, be on it. Well, they gotta fight. It's LA gangs you have to worry about. Oh wow. I love the Bay Area. I had a whole dude out there. Oh, it's 7 hours, so it's pretty far away. I saw on We Take TV News that a 7-month-old baby got a hold of fentanyl and died. Oh my God. I wonder how a 7-month-old baby get fentanyl. Yeah, my brother and DJ Mustard uncle owns what's that? GS Sports Lounge. They need a Memphis movie that would be dope. Yes, it would be. I don't worry about nothing because I walk with God. Yes, indeed. A Greg T, he dissed Glock saying he put the Glock in his hand. Oh, Lord. I wonder why Fabo hate Key Glock so bad. Teddy Bear Black Party and the own another club in Crenshaw District called The District by GS All-Star Weekend 2018. We showed our whole Mike D is the owner of the Sports Lounge and the District by GS. So did Fabo do an interview? Or did he just do a rap? So I'm going to try to get back to LA this summer. Okay. They ain't dropped the interview yet, but it's coming. Best believe that Wicked Petty like that. Rest in peace, Young Dog. What is Wu up to? What is Paper Route Wu up to? Cause I didn't see him in the video, in the Spotify video. I'm born and raised Cali, but I got love for Memphis folks. I love T and Thaddeus. Thanks, Thaddy Bear Block Party. Fable acts like the red-headed stepchild that got his hair cut off. Oh, wow. Now, let me see how many likes we got. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hold on. Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me see. Yeah, run the likes up. Okay, his flight had gotten delayed. Okay. Daddy Bear Block Party says Nipsey Hussle got his clothing line from the Boys in the Hood movie. Oh, wow. What was the name of his clothing line? What was the name of the marathon? Continues. They sure were wearing those Crenshaw shirts. Is Nipsey's store still open? Or did they close it down? Nipsey's store is closed? His clothing store is closed? Oh my, only online. I thought his brother was still gonna run it after he died. They closed down the whole shopping center. Wow. Oh, Lucille says it's open. Teddy Bear says no police had that whole shopping center shut down. Oh wow. Why they shut it down? Because of the murder? Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Hmm. I went in 2020, so I don't know about now. Okay. They wanted to buy their property to make it a bus station before he died. Oh. Hmm. Joy Loves God said she was there in 2020 and it was all fenced in. I can imagine that it would never have been the same without him. So many people have been killed on that corner. Oh my God. Mm. I hate Nipsey was killed. And looking at that video when Nipsey was killed, they said the guy shot him and he walked away. Remember he turned around and went back and shot him? Because Nipsey raised up and said something to him. I wish Nipsey had just laid there and not said nothing. What did they say Nipsey said to Eric to make him go turn around and go back and shoot him? Because all Nipsey friends was out there and they didn't try to overpower him or nothing. They didn't shoot back. Oh, they said Nip said, "You got me." And then he turned around and shot him again. He said everybody was felons and the police raided them so much they couldn't have guns. Oh, wow. And he kicked him in the head. So it sounded like to me, what was he angry at him about? That was anger. What was he angry at Nipsey about? That sounds like he was angry about something. It sounds like more than a hit. More than just being paid. It was some anger there. So what did he kill him for? Why did he kill him? He wanted to be a rapper and he wanted to be a rapper and Nipsey called him a snitch. So he killed him for that? Nip wanted to see his snitch paperwork. So Nipsey thought he had snitched on him? I mean, that one he killed him like that just because he said that? Hmm. Funny was in and out of the mental institution, so he was unstable. Now, boy had a battery in his back. Oh, wow. Eric was a snitch, and he said Nip was a snitch too. Wow. Oh, Lord. How many years did Eric get? I thought he got like 60 years too. I don't know though. Yeah, he got 60. He got 60 years. The same thing straight drop them gonna get. But I promise you, straight drop them ain't gonna. I'm willing to bet y'all straight drop them ain't gonna get no 60 years. And it's only one way not to get it. Do y'all think straight dropping them gonna let them get them 60 years? I don't believe it. I think they're gonna do what's necessary not to get 60 years. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hit the like button. No, because they talking for a better deal. Mm-hmm. They are going to tell on Gotti. They had another guy get caught in camera named Indian Red Boy. Go YouTube that. Okay. And Philadelphia sold out tonight. Key Glock men going up. Washington, D.C. tomorrow. Shout out to Key Glock. I'm very, very proud of that young man. I am. I'm real proud of him. Hey, Zeus. I just got done walking my dog. He about 240 pounds. Oh, wow. That's a big dog. I didn't know a dog could survive if he was that big. I didn't know a dog could survive at 240 pounds. Is he tall? Yes, English Mastiff. They got big. He's too young to hold it down. What's the name of his page, Zeus? He's too young to hold it down. These young guys think they're going to miss something. My God, that's a big dog. Eric been having it bad in jail. Yeah, didn't they say he got beat up in jail? Eric looking like Cornelius. Look, Cornelius is like 34 years old. Cornelius look like he in his 50s. It's a darn shame how bad Cornelius look. I think Straight Drop was Straight Drop in his 20s. But Cornelius look like he in his 50s. He look older than Orange Mound Quack. Cornbread looks like somebody's grandfather. I'm telling you, he even hooked over to the side. He don't even stand up straight no more. And Cornbread don't. Yeah, Cornbread look a whole mess. I don't know if he doing that on purpose or what, but I mean, it wouldn't serve no purpose to do that now because he looks terrible. They said that hairline, Lord have mercy. it's gonna be interesting to see what happens if the trial start, when it starts. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm telling you, I think that stress weight on Cornbread is definitely stress weight, and he needs to be stressed out. Because they ain't had no business going out there killing that boy. Blac Chyna booty implants fell up. Blac Chyna's booty always look gross. What was Blac Chyna ever known for other than having a baby with a Kardashian? Was she a rapper? Because nobody talk about it no more. Okay, she getting her implants removed. She trying to find a way. Mm. All right, y'all. I try. Off topic, but Trick Daddy got an interview saying he like being 8 now. He used to eat the species. I was looking at that. I said, Lord have mercy. Trick Daddy got a cooking show. He had Nene Leakes on there. And he was on there talking about I like being 8-eyed. He was talking about I keep my booty clean and all that. I said, oh Lord, I could never, and he was cooking. I could never eat. And they said Trick Daddy and food be good down there Sundays. I could never eat his that food. Because he just, I don't mean no harm, and I don't know how booty eaters look, but he just looked like he eat booty. I'm telling you, he just do. And now he talking about he wants somebody to eat his. Why God here Jay-Z didn't sign Straight Drop? I mean, that's the first thing he talk about on his show, eating booty. And talking about I keep it clean. I take a shower and keep it real clean. You know, Trick Daddy is suspect because don't no man like no mess like that. That's disgusting. That's how folks catch hepatitis. I said, Lord, I could never. Oh my God. And they say his food is so good. But I can't do it. I can't do it. It's something wrong with that. I really think that Trick Daddy is suspect. Newsy, you said stop mixing food with eating groceries. I'm telling you. When I saw that, I said, oh Lord, this man got a new show. And he talking about eating. First thing he talking about is eating booty. But he more so wants somebody to eat his groceries. That's why I know he's sick. He is sick. He said he got women that don't mind doing it. I said, oh God. Oh. Yeah, he don't look clean. And then he might taste the food. I'd be scared he gonna taste the food or something. Do Trick Daddy still got all those goals in his mouth? I'm sure those goals hold. Ain't no telling what's up under them. Then got up under them caps and stuff. All kind of booty juice. His breath just don't look like it smell right. Haven't I heard that word in years, DCAT? Yeah, it's just disgusting. All right, y'all. I've been trying to keep my eyes open. I got to get off of here because I got up early this morning. I am sleepy. Y'all know I normally be on here later, but I ain't even been on here 2 hours. My eyes keep closing, so I got to go to sleep. And we'll get back on tomorrow night. I was gonna talk about something tonight, but I'm glad that I didn't because I'm too sleepy to talk about it. I would have been trying to stay woke and talk about it. So I got a good topic tomorrow night. Okay. I was getting on the chat a little bit with you all tonight. I want y'all to have a good night. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.